Hey everybody, today we're going to be making some Mongolian beef, keto style of course. Say hello to Miss Eiley, she's my helper today. So this is actually super easy. It is a crock pot meal. If you guys have an Instapot, you can also certainly use an Instapot. I did spray the inside of this pot down with some coconut oil, so that is something that you will need. You can also use the olive oil that we're going to be using in the recipe. I personally like to use broccoli slaw for this just because a lot of recipes you'll see the shredded carrots, and carrots have carbs. So I would rather have just a few carrots and more broccoli to get more greens in. That's my personal opinion of how I like this. I'm only going to use about half of this packet of broccoli slaw. So this is 10 ounces. So I'm going to use about 5 ounces of broccoli slaw. I will load this into my FitnessPal for you guys as well with these exact ingredients that I'm using. I am using sirloin tips that say that they are for stir fry from Wegmans. Let's see, this is 0.93 pounds. So about a pound of beef is what I'm using. I am using 1/3 cup of olive oil, 1/3 cup of liquid aminos. I'm using a little bit of garlic lover's powder. You can also use fresh garlic. I might look and actually see if I have fresh garlic. Note that if you do not use a garlic powder, the reason I like garlic lovers is there is no sugar in this, guys. There's no sugar. All this is garlic, onion, sea salt, chili pepper, coriander powder, parsley, and thyme, as you see. This is not going to add anything to it. If you add actual garlic, you're going to be adding carbs, okay? So I will also be using about 2 teaspoons of my Sukrin Gold, which is a brown sugar, and 2 teaspoons of my monk fruit golden sweetener. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, which just helps the whole recipe kind of get not really solid, but it helps it kind of stick together like that traditional Mongolian beef does. I have these laid out here because a lot of people ask me, how do you eat your Mongolian beef when it's done? Do you literally just eat the beef? Sometimes I do, yes. My husband, however, likes to have noodles with his. I got these from Vitacost. These are awesome. Let me show you guys the stats on this. It is 0 fat, 2 carbs with 1 fiber, so that is 1 net carb and 0 protein. So for 3 ounces of these, you're only going to eat up about 1 carb and you feel like you're getting noodles. So if you guys need a little extra with your meal, throw these on a pan with some olive oil and saute them up, and then you can put this underneath your Mongolian beef, okay? So we'll go ahead and get started. Literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to throw everything into my crock pot. How easy is that? So here we go, guys. All I did was throw everything in the pot. I have all my liquid down in the bottom. I did not even defrost my meat. My meat is in there frozen. So because my meat is in there frozen, I'm going to cook this on low. And I'm going to cook mine for about 6.5 to 7 hours. I will come back about halfway, kind of stir everything around just to make sure that we get all the flavors all over everything that's in there. But this is how easy this is, guys, and this will give you about 4 servings if you're making a dinner for 4. If you tend to eat a little bit more, if you're a guy, I would go ahead and just maybe call this 2 servings, but I will be loading it into my FitnessPal as 4 servings. All right, so we'll come back and check later. So I'm back after about an hour. All I did was I really tried to stir up the broccoli and carrot mixture, the broccoli salad with the meat. As you can tell, that obviously is not cooked. It is just now thawing the meat, so I'm breaking it up. So just after you see that your meat has broken up, if you threw it in here still frozen, break it up. Or if you're putting it in here fresh, try and go ahead and break up the meat and mix it in with your vegetables as in your aminos and olive oil and everything else that you put in here as much as you can. I will probably mix this a few more times before it is completely done, just to make sure that I get all the flavors all over everything. Alright everybody, so we are all done with this cooking now. These are about the portion sizes. Like I said, I'm going to get 4 portions out of what I made. I personally would eat this exactly like this. I can freeze it and pop it out later. I will throw up the MyFitnessPal stats for this. You do want to wait until you have some pieces that look a little crunchy like this, the others still being a little, not really pink, but not all the way crispy is okay, and a little flimsy because you want it to be like that. If you like your Mongolian beef super, super crispy like this is right here, cook this a full probably 8 hours instead of the 6 to 7. Tonight I'm actually going to be making this, like I said, with these noodles after I get back from the gym with my husband. That way he has noodles underneath of this and feels like he's getting a lot more for his meal. So I will throw up a picture of that and what that looks like, but like I said, I actually eat this exactly like this, and it is delicious. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Journey to Slim Jim, or as always, you can subscribe, there we go, to this YouTube channel, and I am trying to post as many recipes as I can. I always try to make sure that I make my recipes a few times, just because I do like to make changes based on what I pick up from other people to what I feel tastes good. So most of my recipes are tried and true if they're on this YouTube. So bye everybody.